Ew. Hello, you people out there in YouTube land. How do you do? Well, I'm at Marina Bay Sands. Well, there's not much sands around here, but to make up for the lack of sand or beach or anything sand related, they do have a art science museum. And in the art science museum, they do have lots of different types of exhibits that you have to pay to watch. Recently, they actually have a exhibit here, a Star Wars exhibit. Yes, even though I'm not a crazy Star Wars fan, but I do enjoy my Star Wars. And they actually had the exhibit here, and so I decided to drop by and have a look. It cost me $25 for the ticket, and it's called Star Wars Identities. And basically, you have artwork, you have models, you have costumes, and a small little game that you play. So this is where you start. And as you can see, I came here during social distancing times, and people are socially distancing themselves from each other. So what you get to see is you get to see original artwork, uh, from the movie. There's original artwork from the movie, and these are the original designs or suggestions for how Jar Jar Binks was supposed to look. I like the fat Jar Jar Binks. And then you also have costumes of worn by the Star Wars characters. This one is a famous, popular fan favorite called Boba Fett. Look, there's even spikes in his shoes there. I suspect that he'd be able to shoot rockets from his shoes. And then, of course, another fan favorite, the Stormtroopers. On the left is the newer ones. Then the Last Order. On the right is the original Stormtroopers. You can see slight variation in the design, but I must say the newer Star Troopers are much more gifted down there than the older ones. As you can see, they seem to have been much more volume down there. But the older ones have a nicer top rack. And then for their butt, the older ones does seem to have a nicer, more firmer butt, whereas the newer ones, their butt looks a bit like they're in a diaper. Well, I'm just saying. And then of course you have the droids, or the robots, or the androids. This is a DB9, and this is a R2D2. This is a DB9 of the older generation. Then of course R2D2, the protocol droid. Very shiny, but doesn't there seem to be like there's a dent on his head there? I don't remember seeing a dent on the android in the movie, or the droid in the movie. Look at that. There's a huge dent there. I think somebody must have dropped the robot, the costume, and that's why there's a dent. And Here are other models of aliens. These were supposed to be, I think, the pod racers, or they were the pod race spectators. But honestly, I don't remember seeing these monsters or these aliens in the movie. They don't look familiar at all. And of course, you have the original costume. This one worn by Carrie Fisher. This is the slave costume from Return of the Jedi, worn by her, original costume. And then you also have the Han Solo in carbonite. This is also one of the props in the movie. Only thing is, in the movie there were lights, and the things were moving there, the dials were moving. Here it is, they could at least spend some money to put in some LEDs or something like that, instead of leaving it so bare like that. Then the grandfather of all puppets, Yoda. This is an actual puppet used in the movie, so lifelike. And then there's also models of the planes, the jet fighters, the vehicles, which are quite nice and quite detailed. The only problem I have with this exhibition is that I paid $25 for this exhibition. I felt that it's a bit overpriced. The only problem I have is that because all you see here are just small little models, everything is all behind glass, you cannot touch, you cannot feel. I wish they would have more things that you can interact with, like maybe a life-size X-Wing. Previously, when they were releasing the movies, they had the X-Wing in the airport. I went there to actually see the X-Wing there. Here would be a nice place for you to put that. Something they can sit on to take pictures with, a life-size X-Wing, or even maybe a cockpit of the Millennium Falcon. They recreated the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon for the latest movie. They could have a replica here for people to take photos in. Something like something to interact with, instead of all just these things behind glass. A bit impersonal and not worth the price of $25. If I were to say, maybe instead of $25, maybe without anything extra, I think maybe this exhibit only worth $15. I would honestly felt that good price to pay for is $15, because not worth the $25 I paid for it. A bit overpriced, in my opinion. Just saying. Even though it's nice to see all these real life models here, which ordinarily you will never get a chance to see. And then of course the costumes for the Jedi. And the granddaddy of evil Sith, the Darth Vader costume. Even in the movie and in real life, it does look very, very menacing. Yeah. Anyway, that was the exhibition. I hope you enjoyed it. But before we go, let me give you an advice. What happens is that in the Art Science Museum on the 4th floor, they actually have a small little auditorium where they actually film or they show free movies. So if you are here at the museum, you may want to drop by the 4th floor and see what are they showing. Yes, periodically they will have different type of movies for free. You can go there and watch. So that's about all. Like, share and subscribe. I got Patreon, I got PayPal. Support me on those. And lastly, but the most important thing, the thing that you have to do is to join me for my next adventure. I will see you guys around. Bye bye.